Hey everybody, welcome to What the Flick. Meredith, Alonso, Runaways, episode 6, Metamorphosis. And I'm just now noticing, looking at this, that they're not giving us any time off for the holidays. Nope. Fuck you, Hulu.
Which, you know, I'll be honest, watching the show last night, I was like, man, I really want to binge this. But I think I'm enjoying it more because I'm not binging it.
Yeah, it's nice to be reminded that serialized television, like that, does have an appeal to it. And like having to wait for the treats is worth it. This, I think, is, I could see, I mean, I don't want to overpraise this.
Yeah.
But I could see people who teach TV writing using this episode as an example of, we have to move forward plot, we have to move forward character, and they all have to be at the same party. Yep. Go.
I was surprised at how well it worked out.
Yeah.
Like I enjoyed all the little bits and pieces. I especially loved what we learned about Karolina.
Yes.
Oh, hello. Hi, Karolina. Yes. I'm like, I ship Nico and Karolina. I like that.
I'm all for Karolina being a lesbian. I like Nico and
and Alex.
And Alex, but you know.
Hey, listen, bisexual is a preference as well, and we should not forget that.
Oh, I'm orientation. Yes. I'm not knocking bisexuality. I'm just saying I don't want her to be torn between two different relationships.
I know. Well,
but you know.
Well, knowing what I know about the comics and Alex, I'd rather we won't go there. We won't
Fair
go there.
enough. I've forgotten whatever I knew about the comics. So.
This episode made me so happy and made me so angry at the same time because I cannot stand Gert.
Really?
I am just like, okay, and specifically the reason I don't like Gert is that the whole like painting her as the most obnoxious like Tumblrina version of a social justice warrior really upsets me. The fact that they have her into Chase and fighting with Karolina, like it degrades that idea of a true sisterhood, and I don't like whenever they set up two women to fight against each other over a man. That really bothers me.
15.
I get that, but they're hitting too close to home that they could tell a different story.
But here's the thing, I think though they aren't just fighting over a boy, because I think what Karolina is fighting for is the closet.
Yeah.
And Chase is conveniently into her, and so she's gonna keep working that because she isn't ready to deal with her stuff yet. And she certainly isn't ready for the world to deal with her stuff yet. So if it were indeed like, I like him, no, I like him, then yeah, I would agree with you.
I know, it's just, I just wish that they could have shared a moment where they could have opened up to each other.
And I think they'll get there.
I get that. It just bothers me that I feel like a show aimed at teenagers, they could be sending a stronger message like they did with the lacrosse near rape scene. I thought that was so beautifully executed that they missed the beat here because there is a huge trope, especially with young adult television, where you have to pit two women against each other in a very stereotypical way, and I would like a better lesson learned.
But I think also you need to allow characters to make mistakes for the drama's sake, and I trust that this show is gonna like turn a corner and realize, and not even, it knows already what it's doing, but the characters will realize what's going on. And so, and again, I think it's complicated by Karolina being terrified of this new discovery. All the new discoveries, she's having like a torrent of them right now. All these characters are in a way. What I'm really finding interesting is how we get set up with like these are the folks who still kind of maybe believe their parents are okay, and these are the ones who are convinced that they're terrible. And by the end of this episode, they've almost reversed in a way. You have suddenly Nico is having the actual bonding with her mother for once, but Alex remains determined that oh hell no. And Karolina and Gert, who are much more in their parents' camp now, are coming differently. And obviously Chase is going back and forth because Dad is suddenly paying attention to him.
And now Dad's sick.
And Dad's sick, well, but now he's not.
Well, Dad conveniently forgot or just doesn't care.
No, Dad is not sick because he got the.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, but he either forgot like the serum that they used on Frank, or he just doesn't care that his wife is cheating on him. So I'm curious to see where that's gonna go.
Or the like, now that I'm not dying, I can now kill the other guy. Who knows?
Who knows?
What I found fascinating was that Nico's mother, who seems to know all about the like financial, like we're hiding money in Costa Rica from this one couple, is completely blind to the fact that her husband is stepping on her.
I know, and I think that shows. But that shows like you're so hyper focused on your one aspect of your life that you're
ignoring another one. Yeah, that's
and
true.
even as Nico said, she's like, my dad? No, she was more believing
my mom and your mom.
Yeah, exactly. But the idea that Robert, this wonderful, nice guy, would cheat. You know. But oh man, that scene with Tina crying and Nico just wanting to go hug her. I think that was a beautifully written scene, and the complexity and depth that they're bringing to these parents that you never see in the comic books is so worth it. I know some people have talked about how they wish they would get on further with the story and have the kids run away. I'm like, honestly, I'm really happy exploring this.
Yeah,
this is compelling television.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they're vamping. It feels like they're laying groundwork for. And again, I think serialized television is different from serialized comics, and you have to, if they'd already run off, they wouldn't be able to give us these other interesting characters, and so I think now we're getting a fuller ensemble.
A comic book arc is 6 to 7 issues. Yeah. That's what you get collected in a trade paperback, and trade paperbacks are supposed to tell a single story. Yeah. Where you have some supplements here and there.
They're a unit.
Yeah. So we have to think about the first season not even as a overall trade, but almost as a trade. We think about one season as one trade. So we'll get there. It's just they're going to take their time. And
but they have 10 issues to fill as opposed to 6. So you're right. Okay, do we think that this show is actually telling us that Karolina's mother had sex with her own father, or are we going to find out that they're aliens, or they're not really father and daughter, or what's this show going to invest in here?
Oh well, so I think Karolina is the product of Jonah and the mother.
Yes, for sure.
For Leslie, Frank, this poor duped man. Yeah. I mean, we've had it hinted before. Now it's been confirmed that Frank was given the serum to make him forget. And Robert was even like, well, that's my own serum. Of course it would work. And we see Frank has that when he meets Jonah. He gets that flash of walking in on Leslie and Jonah having sex. So I think we're gonna find out that Karolina. I don't know if she was born on Earth or born elsewhere and then brought here. That I don't know.
Well, basically, what I'm saying is, as we know the characters now, that's her grandpa and her ma, had sex and had her, and I can't imagine this show going there.
No, I think
we're going to learn something's not what we think.
I don't even think Jonah is meant to be the grandfather.
Oh, isn't he?
No,
my understanding was that Jonah was supposed to be Leslie's dad, which is why I've been so skeeved by everything.
I never got that. Okay. I don't know if Jonah is considered the founder of the church, but I think there's still an extra person, alien creature in play that actually is the grandfather.
Okay. Yeah. All right, because that shit was getting really dark in my head. So all right.
This is still Disney, guys.
I am relieved to know. Okay, good deal. This is getting very Chinatown for a second. I think you have this sort of contained space of this party and a million little you've got I'm sorry I don't have everybody's name handy, but Gert's sister and Alex's mom, there's even time for their stuff.
So the whole thing with Molly and Alex's mom is Catherine. I have it on my notes.
Well
I'm let me look down. But yeah, that was the only thing that felt a little rushed and a little forced in that, because it all kind of came together at the end.
Right.
But I also feel like Alex's mom has way more knowledge of everything that's going on, and the fact that she's like, oh, we did mess up, it did hit her, and there is going to be consequences. But she's the one who's really willing to go all in. I think Catherine is willing to do stuff that even Tina wouldn't be willing to do.
Interesting.
And I'm curious.
We'll see how that unrolls. So so this show is going to be on every week. So we'll be here every week too. Come back and see us. Thanks.
Bye.